of all, Amy Schumer came from last time. Amy Schumer, I consider Amy Schumer the funniest person on the planet. If you take me out of the equation.
No, I meant me.
Oh, that's why you were coughing?
That's why I was clearing my throat, yeah. Not you.
I thought you were clearing your throat for me.
No.
No, taking you out of the equation.
Yeah.
But you're funny in a different way.
Yeah,
you know?
Thank you, buddy.
Acerbic wit back on display as a judge on NBC's Last Comic Standing, reality show that aims to find the best stand-up talent in the country. One of their winners, Amy Schumer, of course.
Amy Schumer, I think, right now, is the funniest person in the entire world.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah. Not woman.
Person.
I don't disagree with that. I'd put you up there, but she's close.
I wasn't counting me. Counting me, she's the second funniest person in the world.
Our viewers comment as they watch this online, and someone's just commented. Natalie says, on the Today Show, you said that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. How does she compare to Letterman?
Oh, Letterman's funnier. But I was talking about the new generation of people that are out.
Yeah.
I consider, personally, and I take myself out of the equation, that Amy Schumer is the funniest person in the world. Now, if I were to put myself in the equation, I would say Amy Schumer is the second most funniest person in the world.
Well, you already said Dave's funnier, so she's third now.
Well, but Dave's retired.
But he's still a person.
I know, but it's hard to know if he's funny or not because he's living in Wyoming with a buffalo going, ah!
I don't believe he is. I think he's just back in Connecticut, where he always lived.
That's what, what's his name used to say, Rickles.
Rickles used to say that.
Well, he used to say,
Wyoming?
no, he used to say, there's one guy in a shed with a rake going, ah! Like, he just say stuff that made no sense. That's what I loved about Rickles.
Yeah, right.
Mark. Yay!
Hey, I'm thankful that this year the police finally solved the baffling murder of Bob Hope.
Nathaniel Riches on Instagram wants to know who's your favorite comedian.
My favorite comedian of all time is Bob Hope. I saw Bob Hope live and talked to him.
Oh.
When I was a child. And I watched him, a giant, he's such a big star, Bob Hope. So I was at the Canadian National Exhibition, which holds 30,000 people or something like that. And Bob Hope is just astonishingly funny.
Yeah.
And, you can't quote a Bob Hope joke.
Yeah.
Because his jokes all were bad.
Yeah.
But he was so fantastic.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own. You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders, not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
And when I saw him, he moved so subtly. He hardly moved on stage, but after a joke, he'd shift his weight slightly. And I thought later, he's such a physical comic in movies. You know what I mean? He can dance and move.
Yes.
But he knew in stand-up to just do this very subtle.
But this is a beautiful audience. It's obvious that many of the ladies spent the afternoon with their hairdresser. Some had their hair done, and I just...
But anyways, he's my favorite stand-up. Everybody says Pryor and Carlin, but Bob Hope is my favorite stand-up of all time.
Oh, really?
Between the jokes that, Carson would do a saver or something, but Bob Hope would do a great thing where he'd do the joke, stare in the camera, and there'd be fear in his eyes, as if he'd been found out or something. I remember as a child, really always wanting, and of course it was so great when you just walk on Carson.
Yeah,
And he's doing a special next door, you know.
Yeah.
This is I'm going to go on talk shows from now on, just talk like Bob Hope from the 70s. So you asked me a question.
So Norm, I heard you're working on a new show. What's the process?
Yeah, working
been like?
on a special just across the hall, you know, and it's wild. We got a lot. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got Kawhi Leonard, and you know he's just doing wonderful things up there. And who else will be there? Are you familiar with Cagney and Lacey?
I'm not.
Well, we're going to have them both. And who else? Robert Stack will be there. And Susan Sarandon, a wonderful gal. Don't care much for her politics. She's a bit of a commie. But Janine Garofalo will be there. All kinds of just wonderful folk. And we're doing that across the hall. Anyways, I got to go. And then he'd leave. And then the other guy would be because he'd always interrupt a guy right in the middle of the story. That's what Bob Hope was famous for. You know, Walter Matthau would go, and then I get da 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 da, and then Bob Hope walks out. Walter Matthau has to trundle over to the couch. Anyway, he picked great comics. Then I see the American one. He said Bob Hope. That's what Steve Carell said.
Right.
I like Bob Hope. I'm like, yeah.
Sure.
Why would you like Bob Hope? It's so much more interesting that a guy with no sense of humor loves good comedy.
Right.
Because that's what I heard in high school all the time. People would just play Monty Python all the time, you know, just recite it, and just witless idiots.
Although I would contend that Bob Hope was a good comedian.
Well, he's my favorite comic, but most people...
I liked his film persona, I think, more than his stand-up persona.
People forget how great a physical comic.
Well, and also you can clearly see how much Woody Allen stole from him in terms of the persona, the nervousness, the kind of the would-be womanizer being shot down, in which I tried to steal shamelessly as well.
He just stole it, and then he thought, well, if I say I stole it, that's all right.
Right, yeah.
I'm on Barbara Walters was interviewing. He's not a guy that, you know, has his heart on his sleeve. You know what I mean? She said, I read that when you were young, you were, you know, a two-story flat, and you know, you were 10 children, 3 of them died, and you had to go play the old hall, you know, just to survive. You know, and he said, isn't that wild? And then she said, you've been married 50 years. Like, how do you and Dolores keep the marriage going? He goes, I play golf. We have the dogs. But I like that he was only about comedy.
Well, finally, the Guinness Book of World Records announced this week that Gul Mohammed of New Delhi, at 22.8 inches tall, is the shortest man in the world to have Eddie Murphy's head.
One time when I had my sitcom, the showrunner goes, why don't we have a big star every week do the cold opening? And I go, oh, sure, yeah. And he goes, you can get big stars, right? I'm like, no, I can't get anyone. And one week, they go, we got Eddie Murphy on the phone. I'm like, why, what? And they're like, yeah, for the cold opening. And I go, what cold opening? And so they hand me this script, you know. So I'm talking to Eddie Murphy, and I don't know Eddie Murphy. And he's being like super zen-like, you know. He's an amazing guy because he's like all zen and peaceful. And then he tells a story, and it's hysterical. Like all of a sudden he's doing voices. Because he was talking about being a director, and he goes real peacefully, you know. He was like, the directors in Hollywood are very tough to find one. Frank Oz was magnificent, but I was very unhappy with the other directors. Finally, I had to direct myself. I directed Harlem Nights, and the Red Fox was in it. And so Red Fox came to the show once, and he was having trouble with the IRS, and he owed all this money. So he kept trying to sell me things. And he would come to the set, and he would go. And then all of a sudden, he's super funny, right? After doing this real flat voice. And he goes, and then Red Fox would say, hey, Eddie, you like Elvis? I got Elvis's watch. how'd you like to buy Elvis's watch? Elvis, give me this watch. So I said to him, hey, Red, how long have you had Elvis's watch? He said, I had it for 40 years. I go, that's not Elvis's watch. That's Red Fox's watch. I ain't buying Red Fox's fucking watch. So it's like super funny. And then he go back again to be zen-like. So I said, so as I'm talking to him, I'm leafing through this fucking awful fucking shit of a cold opening that they're having him do. And so it's like, white guys writing for black guys, what they think they'd say. It's just awfully, horribly racist. And so he says to me, he goes, I'll do it. If you tell me it's funny, I'll do it. And I go, it's not funny.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do.
So I was calling because I wanted to get your take on Eddie Murphy hosting the Oscars. I think you're like the funniest SNL guy ever, and I just wanted to know what you thought about Eddie hosting.
Well, I think Eddie is unbelievably funny. Like, I always loved Eddie, and I couldn't be happier that he's hosting the Oscars. Obviously, last year, the Oscars were the worst hosts ever, There's Anne Hathaway.
James Franco.
James Franco,
yeah.
and I think they tied for worst ever.
I think they did, yeah.
But
he might have
Eddie,
been a little worse, just a little. Because at least she's nice
she
to
was
look at.
trying a little bit.
She was trying, yeah.
But Eddie, what I like is because Eddie's become a little like Zen-like and so forth. He's a very intelligent guy, and he's stepped back a little from the crazy Eddie of old and stuff. And I think this is going to burst him back to the incredibly funny Eddie Murphy. And I can't wait to see it, man. I would write for that. I would write if anybody's listening in the Eddie Murphy camp.
There's a big camp.
I will write for that show.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
'Cause I love Eddie Murphy.
I think it's going to be great. Yeah.
It's been so long since you've seen him be really funny, too.
And I was like
great.
amazed by Eddie Murphy when I saw him, because not when I saw him, but later on, because when you're a stand-up, it takes a long time to get funny. But he did it instantly. Like, he was the only guy I've ever seen.
Right.
When he was 19, he was funny.
Hilarious.
And he was he knew he was funny, and he was confident. And I've never seen anything like that from a young person.
Yeah.
Have you? Can you think of a single other person?
Well, that young, no.
In comedy?
Yeah.
No, I mean, he started doing stand-up when he was like 16 or something, right? So by the time he was on SNL, he'd already, done that. I guess.
Think of when you were 16 to 19, that stuff you thought was funny. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
I don't think anybody would have thought it was funny.
No.
It's not funny to throw eggs at houses. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny, but it's not get up on stage funny.
I know, exactly.
Yeah. And he was a man.
Yeah.
He was
19.
Oh, yeah.
A man. A star.
Oh, I know.
I talked to him one time, because I had a TV show, and the guy I did the TV show with, he goes, why don't you get your friends to be on the show? I'm like, oh, yeah, just pretend, I'm not Eddie Murphy's friend. Anyways, I never met him. And he's like, one day, he's like, hey, we got Eddie on the phone. And they put Eddie Murphy on the phone with me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to him, and then I'm trying to talk him into, I'm supposed to talk him into doing this thing on the show. And I read it, and it's all racist and everything. It's like what a bunch of white guys would think a black guy would say or something like that.
Oh, God.
So anyways, I was talking to Eddie, and he was very nice to me, and he said, listen, I said, I got this thing, I can send it to you. And he goes, you don't have to send it to me. He goes, if you think it's funny, I will do it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a compliment.
And then I said, I don't think you should do it.
Really?
But that was good. No,
bring myself
if he
to
had
do
that
it.
much confidence in you, and you had sent him something
you
bad.
don't want to let him down. Right?
I understand that.
Yeah.
You don't want to let him down.
But he's the greatest. I can't wait for the Oscars.
Eddie Murphy was going to do a skit on Bill Cosby on the 40th, and they didn't do it, right?
That's right. That's correct, yeah.
Was that a good decision?
By Eddie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision. He was, Eddie is like no other comic I've ever met.
In what way?
He doesn't find it necessary to be funny when he's, but all of a sudden he can be explosively funny when you're talking to him. But he's sort of a Zen guy, very calm, and maybe out of that, when he springs out of that into, this incendiary, incredible force of comedy, it makes it even funnier.
On Saturday Night Live, on the 40th reunion show, 40th anniversary show, right? Eddie Murphy was supposed to play Bill Cosby. Is
Yes,
that right?
that's well. We wanted him to play Bill Cosby. Yes,
And he didn't want to. What was that about?
Well, he thought that all the facts were not in at that point. The documents had yet to be unsealed, and so being a big fan of due process, he decided it not proper to assume guilt. So I thought it was very admirable because it would have got a huge laugh, you know, him doing Bill Cosby, and I thought it was kind of cool that he went. He doesn't need laughter. He's kind of a Zen-like guy, you know.
Do you?
When you talk to him, he's very calm, and then all of a sudden he'll burst forth with the funniest thing you've ever heard, and then he returns to his equanimous state. It's very, very interesting to see.
How do you figure out how much to share about what goes on behind the scenes at SNL? Because I know that you were talking about Eddie not doing Bill Cosby on Howard Stern's show, and Seth Meyers wasn't crazy about that. He came out about the Ellen and said, I wouldn't have told that story.
Seth Meyers said that?
Yeah, he said, do we have the quote here? Just bring up the quote. He said, I wouldn't have told it. I feel the same way. I think when you're at SNL, you're seeing so many different things behind the scenes. There are often things to give away that are yours to give away. Norm played it in a way that is very Norm Macdonald. And he went on to praise you, but I don't know what that means. I mean, how do you choose what to reveal and what not to reveal, what to share and what not to share about an institution as powerful as SNL?
I always think, what would Seth Meyers do? It's ridiculous.
My favorite story of all time is Pistorius.
Oh yes, yes.
The runner.
Tell who Pistorius is.
Well, you know who Pistorius is.
No, but for the viewers that don't
Who
know.
doesn't know?
Well, the viewers that don't know.
But hadn't you already started filming this movie long before that whole controversy began?
Yeah.
So what do you make of all this?
What do I make of it?
Yeah, what's the point?
Well, the point of
they're
what?
trying to make, you know.
Who?
So
you got to explain to the people.
No, they read the papers. They know.
Yeah, they know. What about that Dormer? This guy who killed the cops?
Yeah, explain to the folks.
I don't want to explain anything. If you're going to say that after everything I say, I'm going to leave.
No, I've heard people say that.
This is the cheapest thing I've ever been involved in.
No, I've heard people say that.
If I didn't love you, I would be so gone now. I can't tell you.
Tell the folks at home who Jim Downey is.
Oh, he's the late writer. No, Jim was a writer on SNL back like the beginning.
Yeah. That was one of the things I love so much is that Mulaney. I heard that Mulaney would write all the stuff for Stefan.
Tell the folks at home who Mulaney is.
John Mulaney.
The comeback kid.
You know, I went to a tennis match in Indian Wells.
Yeah.
And I saw Rafael Nadal play. He's my favorite.
Rafael Nadal. Explain to the folks who Rafael Nadal is.
Oh my God.
He was a manufacturer of turkey coops.
Now, can you explain to the folks at home what a turkey coop is?
It's basically it's a 100.
I think that if Kim Kardashian were to go to Vegas, she could do Carrot Top's act and take things out of her ass. Am I going to have to explain everything to you?
No, to the folks, explain who Kim Kardashian is.
Never mind.
Mr. Reiner, FBI, may we come in? Oh, absolutely, gentlemen. I'm in my shorts. I was just woken up. They wanted to know if I knew.
Explain to the folks what the FBI is.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation.
How would you describe your comedy? Tell the folks at home.
Why would you ask me the worst question in radio to describe my comedy?
No, but tell the folks
Why
at
don't you
home.
describe Blue to the audience?
I'm going to tell you the greatest talk show in the history of talk shows was Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas.
And his co-host was Sly.
Now, people are going to think that's Michael Douglas. You should probably explain to the folks.
Well, who's watching? Is this in the United States?
Well, I'll explain.
Yeah, no, don't explain everything.
Mike Douglas.
Oh, you just take everything out of it. There's no sense being here. I mean, the door's going to open, and there's the Pope. There's the Pope. That's the Pope.
We should explain to the folks that was Michael Jackson.
Let's explain. Yeah, explain who Michael Jackson is to the people.
Everyone knows Michael Jackson. What are you retarded?
Magician David Copperfield has announced plans to open his own theme restaurant. The theme, I don't deserve my girlfriend. In one of the most amazing stories to come out of New York's blizzard of '96, supermodel Claudia Schiffer trudged over a mile through waist-high snow this week in order to make it to a photo session. Even more amazing, she sleeps with this guy. This week, supermodel Claudia Schiffer broke up with magician David Copperfield. Later, a devastated Copperfield wandered out onto the street and was hit by a bus. This, according to the current issue of Things I Wish Really Happened. In other entertainment news, a religious group in Chile is trying to ban a new Claudia Schiffer film which features explicit lesbian sex scenes. According to the group, sex between two women is an abomination before God, almost as blasphemous as sex between a woman and David Copperfield. I don't know which is worse, which is more of an abomination. Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Christy Brinkley told reporters this week that her marriage to Billy Joel was over long before their divorce. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Christy Brinkley and that she was married to Billy Joel. In a recent interview, Christy Brinkley suggested that football players should have special gloves connected to lights on their helmets. That way, when they catch the ball, you'll know who has possession. Read these and other interesting ideas in Christy's new book, I'm an Idiot. In Niagara Falls, Arthur Curley has been charged with trying to make his girlfriend swallow a small brass bear, then urinating on her and setting fire to the oxygen tube that she uses to treat her emphysema. Read all about this kind of relationship in the new book, Men Who Make Their Girlfriends Swallow Brass Bears, Urinate on Them, and Set Fire to Their Oxygen Tubes, and the Women Who Love Them. And in a recent interview, tenor Luciano Pavarotti says that he is so in love with his new girlfriend that he likes to run nude on the beach with her. Read all about this in this month's issue of Things That Make Me Vomit. That picture makes me vomit as well. Finally, in entertainment news, there are rumors that actor Don Johnson is dating 71-year-old San Francisco socialite Denise Hale. An observer who spotted the couple necking in a restaurant will have trouble getting an erection for the rest of his life. Well, newlyweds Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson had their first argument this week. He wants kids, while she wants fake kids. Only weeks away from parenthood, Pamela Lee Anderson and her husband, rocker Tommy Lee, are considering names for their new baby. If it's a girl, they'll name it after the mother and call it Pamela. And if it's a boy, they'll name it after the father and call it Lucky Bastard. So I was reading they're deciding what to call the baby. You understand? So they don't know. I'm with you so far. Yeah. They say if the baby's a girl, they're going to name it after the mother. So they call it Pamela, right? But if the baby's a boy, then they're going to name it after the father. They're going to call it Lucky Bastard. He told it with such joy. I know.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I wasn't broken apart by you.
Oh man, I'm sorry, baby. You know, I just love you so much. You know, it just gets me crazy. You know. Hey! Hey! Mr. Lee, I swear, me and your wife, we were just acting, right? Tell him, honey. Honey? No.
When you say in your book that the greatest gig you ever had was at a hospital for the criminally insane.
Yes, I did a hospital for the criminally insane.
Now, is that a joke?
No, that's a true story. My agent...
when you were in Canada, these are the early years.
Yes, sir.
And you go to... Your agent booked you in a hospital for the criminally insane.
Well, he didn't tell me that, though.
Yeah.
He said, I'm booking you in a hospital. And you go there, you don't make any money, but it's a good thing to do. So I said, that'll be nice, you know.
Oh, there's no pay involved?
No.
Oh, geez.
But, you know, you give back. You know what I mean?
Right, give back.
Yeah, give back.
You had nothing to give
I
at
didn't
that
have
point.
that much to give.
You're right. So you go to a hospital.
Yeah, I go to what I thought was a hospital, and I get there and there's barbed wires and armed guards, and I go, what kind of a hospital is this? And anyways, it turns out to be a hospital for the criminally insane, and then I was like, good God. I mean, I told the guys that I don't even know if these guys deserve a show. I mean, you know what I mean? When I heard hospital, I was thinking of
sick people.
Sick people, people you want nothing to do with.
Right.
I wasn't thinking of you know, people that are in better shape than I, you know, that slaughtered their loved ones and so forth.
Did you do a scan of the room, and were there like literally there are people there who like kill their family members,
yes.
and they've done criminally insane things.
Well, I'll tell you, the sad part was the Gatlin brothers were there the week before.
Were they?
Yeah, they had like, I couldn't believe the room. It was
How
like
does this hospital,
a beautiful room, like one of the best rooms I've ever seen.
How does this hospital get all these top acts to show up?
Well, they pay a lot of money. I mean, they didn't pay me anything.
Yeah.
But Gatlin brothers, you know, I'm sure got a pretty heavy paycheck.
It's a room full of people who like kind of thought
it wasn't full.
You mean there was no standing room only?
It was for the Gatlin brothers. The guy kept reminding me because only 11 people were there, and he was like, "Good God, there's 700 criminally insane people here."
Yeah, I mean, when people heckle you, they yell out, "My mom annoys me. I'm going to kill her."
You think they show up for anything?
Well, you know what's funny with the heckle thing? I had to change what they actually heckled because it was considered, oh no, you can't say that, you know, because of the way you say things now. So I had to change. But what they actually said, I went up. There was 8 people in the audience. I got heckled before I hit the mic, right? And a guy yells out, "Nice shoes, faggot." Right? I'm not even to the mic yet. And then I hear another guy who goes, "Jerome's right. Then some faggot ass shoes."
Boy, you're all set up for success right there.
Yeah. So I had to cut that from the book, though, because they said you can't use the F word. I said, I didn't use the F word. There's a new F word.
Apparently. Are these people restrained? Are they in straitjackets when they are yelling these things out?
No. The guy.
I mean, I'd be scared. I would actually be scared.
Well, I was a little frightened.
Did you do a full set?
There's a great Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison, you know, where he performs at Folsom Prison.
Yeah.
And if you watch it, it's hysterical because he starts the show and he goes, you know, I just want to do some. I can't do it, Johnny Cash.
No.
He goes, I'm just going to do my songs. A man backstage told me that I should do them in a particular order, and I said I'll do them in any order I want. And then they cut to the guards. They're like, what? We never said that.
Well, by the way, what did your shoes look like that all these mental patients were screaming about them? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, them some faggot ass shoes.
Did you win them over, the insane people, the criminally
the 11
insane?
Yeah.
I would love
8.
to say I did.
Yeah, but you did not.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Why not lie?
Now, early on in your career, you do anything to make it. You
would what?
You would do anything. Well, I mean, you weren't a male hooker, but
no.
No, I did do a hospital. It was supposed to be a regular hospital. And when I got there was barbed wire and everything, and it was a hospital for the criminally insane. And they had an incredible, room, and they said the Gatlin brothers were here last week. And I was like, what? I wasn't even sure they deserved a show. And anyways, I went on. I got heckled before I said anything. As I was walking towards the stage, a guy yells out, "Nice shoes." Now, these guys are not politically correct.
No, right.
These are criminally insane people. You have to understand.
Right.
And then the guy beside him goes, "Jerome's right. Them some shoes."
No. Norm. Okay. I don't. Well, now what do we do?
Every dumb button at ESPN was just
okay. Look at you guys with your. Is he still there? Or did we lose him? Once we dump him twice, do we lose him, or do we still have him there?
Give me a second.
Okay.
Have a talk with Norm.
All right. Well, all right. We'll come back and do celebrity prognostication with.
What about guys
I like
that
the
do
dipshit.
that's not very good, is it?
Sometimes it is. I mean,
Political stuff?
I like all comedy. You probably
Yeah?
do too, Norm. You know,
Huh?
you probably like it all too.
I don't like political comment.
You don't?
I don't give a fuck if Reagan's old. Are they still doing Reagan jokes?
Probably. They probably are. Yeah, you gotta have you get like an old socialist audience of old Jewish guys with ponytails when you do material like that.
You understand after a while, and even with politicians, they're still human beings. And,
yeah, barely, but yeah, they're the worst kind of fucking people in the world.
That's
all of them.
I agree. I'm glad to hear you say that because everybody thinks you're all leftist and everything.
Well, I mean, I definitely land on the lefty side of things on ideological terms, but I found that from doing political talk radio, just being carrying water for any of them, you just got to realize the quality of people you're dealing with. You're dealing with fucking corporate whores who are operated by business interests. So really it's going to come down to however you view politics. The question is, do you give a shit about poor people? And and are we being taken advantage of?
Right.
Now, if people want to frame that as, Obama's a communist and draining us of our livelihood, well, that's your particular delusion, and that's fine. I mean,
right.
but I just got disillusioned with all of it because these are not quality people. I mean, I did a joke about Michelle Bachmann on Real Time.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was getting flack from this, a very small portion of the right, that they were like, he's a misogynist. I'm like, she's a fucking pig. She's a fucking politician. Can you name me two politicians that command any respect whatsoever? Why do we respect these people? These people are car salesmen. They're idiots. They're more disingenuous than anybody as performers, and they basically figured out a way to bait and placate morons into voting against their self-interest. That's an amazing skill, but is it respectable? I don't know. Do you respect a guy that sells you horse shit in the guise of a health supplement?
I agree with you. I mean, I think politicians are terrible. I mean, people attack evangelists, but at least evangelists offer something.
Right. Well, they after the immediate relief of someone's pain and aggravation with another line of bullshit. But nonetheless, I mean, they're pretty evil too.
Well,
I mean, with politics, it's like. Yeah, I don't like to get into it that much anymore.
Yeah, let's not get into this shit, man.
Okay, buddy.
Because it's getting. I can see people not laughing now.
No, I mean, but laughter. But I know that you've gotten into a little bit of flack around it. But you're
flack around what?
Around politics.
What do you mean?
Well, just say you've said things that people have reacted to, but you're not like a political comic.
I'm not political. I've only said things on purpose to provoke people.
Right.
Once in a while.
You like doing that though.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
But I've never. But I've never. Because I don't know enough. And because I don't respect political humor when it's nothing but gossip.
Yeah, and mostly comics and people like us, people who are obviously First Amendment warriors to a certain degree. We like living the way we want to live. So it's really just going to come down to money. It's like, how do I keep my money? I mean, that's the biggest political question that most righties ask themselves. It's like, I'd like to keep as much of my money as possible. And if that's in a minority opinion, how do we get this majority of poor people to get me to keep my money and believe that they're doing the right thing?
Yeah, it's a tough fucking thing because apparently I read this, if all the money in the world was equally divided among everybody would be dead fucking poor.
Yeah. There's these moments where I don't talk about as much as I used to, but then there's moments where you're like, there's a moment that I was on a fucking radio show the other day. And this was an interesting thing because it's about professionalism. I don't do political talk radio. I've got my political views and they're fairly general. I'm not trying to support any politician, but I have the way I think about things. But there are politicians that represent the opposite of what I think. So I'm on this talk show with a guy, it's a Fox affiliate, but I'm there to plug my comedy and talk about my podcast and be funny with this dude who's a talk show host. He's a radio professional. He runs an entertainment show for the most part, but he's been dying to talk to Rand Paul about the bridge situation because I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. He's the fucking senator. Right. They got bridges falling down, and he's been trying to get this guy on the show. And the guy he calls in when I'm there. So now I've got, if I was doing political talk radio, I mean, it would have been what the fuck are you thinking? You and your libertarian bullshit, and how are we going to pay for this? I would have jumped in and done that. But there was this moment where it's I just done a segment with this radio professional. He was like, God, it's great to talk to a guy who knows how to be on radio. We're having a good time. Hold on, the senator's on the phone. And I got to sit there and go, oh, do I do this? Would it be worth it to sabotage this for some lefty, credibility? And then I realized, dude, he's a radio guy. You're a comedian. You're having a good conversation. He's trying to talk to this guy about a local problem. Just shut the fuck up and let him do his job. And then when you come back, get back to what you were talking about. And I chose to do that. But I did walk out saying, you pussy. You had such an opportunity there.
I was on Politically Incorrect a couple of times.
Yeah.
And, fuck, man, you have to have an opinion about every goddamn thing on that show. So,
or you can just do a little homework and write some jokes.
Yeah, but sometimes I remember at the break, Scott Carter go, enough with the jokes. But I'll never forget it. I'm very unlearned, and so before the show, Scott came in, who was the
producer. Yeah, he's been on the show. Yeah.
So he said, "What do you think about China and Taiwan?" And seriously, I only know those as words, So I was like, I don't know anything. Can't I have another subject? So anyways, then we get out because he goes, because Bill believes this. Anyways, when we get out, we're introducing the guy beside me, the smart guy, right? Mm-hmm. He wrote a book on China and Taiwan.
Right.
So fucking Bill Maher, he starts with me. He goes what was it with China and Taiwan? I go, I don't know. Fucking ask this guy. What do I know? I'm a nightclub comic. What? That's what made me laugh at that show. Everyone's opinion's equal.
Right.
Right. Like a nightclub comic and an expert. And then another thing I always found funny about that show is the comedians try to be very serious, and then the serious guys are trying to get jokes.
Yeah.
So it's
it's not always our shining moment.
I do like Bill though.
No, Bill's great at what he does.
Yeah.
He started out a straight up joke dude, and he knows his shit. And it's pretty amazing.
What's funny about him? I don't know if I should say this or not, but he's probably aware of it. When he does his monologue, have you noticed when he does his monologue, he does Johnny Carson?
No, yeah, no, definitely. He definitely models himself. I think that's been his style for a long time. He definitely takes the posture.
But I find it very funny because he's got the posture and the timing and everything, and he's and then she came in his face, But it's crazy words come out.
Carson would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Met Donald Trump when he was on the Tonight Show on Jimmy Fallon's show. Now, tell us about that encounter you had with Donald Trump.
Well, I'd met Donald Trump many, many times in New York City, just because when I was doing Saturday Night Live, he was a fixture in New York City, and he'd come to a lot of the shows, and he was just a local eccentric, that people mostly loved in New York because he fixed the rink in Central Park when the city couldn't. But no, when I was on Jimmy Fallon, that's when Jimmy Fallon tousled his hair and got in trouble for it, and I was the other guest. So I was just out in the hallway, and I said, Donald, can I have a picture? You could call him Donald then. I guess you can still call him Donald. We don't have to call him President, apparently. But I said, could I get a picture with you? And he said, yeah, absolutely, sure, Norm. And then he walked down the hall and got in the elevator with his Secret Service guys. So, but he was just doing it as a joke. A lot of times, the problem with candidates that, or political candidates that do comedy is obviously comedy doesn't translate well to the page sometimes, you know. Sarcasm is lost, obviously, and things like that. So if someone says something that's meant self-disparagingly or satirically, and you want to take it out of context, you can. And that happened a lot of times with Trump on the campaign trail.
But you know, he's being caricatured on Saturday Night Live, like quite mercilessly by Alec Baldwin. Like, is it funny to you? Is that funny?
No. The only reason I don't find it funny, when I was there, Darrell Hammond did Donald Trump, and that shows how far back Trump goes, because that was 20 years ago. But Darrell did him then. It was a softer Trump, you know. I think it was a Trump that was a lot closer to his real self. But if you do, the problem with, if you do an impression of someone, you have to like that person, you know, because you're playing the person, and people like themselves. So you can't play someone and have contempt for them at the same time. You know, it doesn't work as an impression. So I don't like his impression, and I have no political affiliation. I just mean from a comedy level.
Let me ask you this. So your Bob Dole imitation was pretty famous back in the day. So would you do Donald Trump today? Would you do a Donald Trump imitation?
I try to not do comedy about Donald Trump because I think I had one joke about Donald Trump that I ever did where I said that Americans hated Hillary Clinton so much that they voted for someone they hated more than Hillary Clinton to rub it in. And that's the only time I ever made a joke about Trump. But I try to stay away from it because it's just, you know, it's low-hanging fruit, and also, you know, Trump oftentimes is doing self-parody, and nothing looks dumber than if you parody self-parody. You know, you really get caught not understanding.
So comedy in the time of Trump, is it more difficult than it was when you were on Saturday Night Live?
It's more difficult in the time of Trump for good comedians, and it's way easier for bad comedians. You know, you don't have a worldview by just saying you don't like Trump. You know what I mean? That doesn't count. Like you can't just say I hate Trump, and that makes you a good person. And the Democrats just can't say I hate Trump, and that means they have a position. You know, that's no position. So for idiots, it's an easier time because you go, well, that guy's the idiot, not me. But if you try to do smart comedy, it's better to stay away from Trump, you know.
Big thing was he forced him to do this. The big problem that Clinton has is this thing where he's going to pardon the McDougalls.
He may or may not pardon them. Yeah, people don't know. The Whitewater people, we call them here at the show.
Hillary, if she is, because she is also a co-conspirator.
Yeah, if she gets sent away.
If she gets sent away, will he pardon her? And Clinton said, "You do the time, you do the crime, you do the time," he said.
That was so sweet. You know, you moved into three-point range and up and at the last second fouled. All right.
I don't know about politics.
Well, no, I'm not Chris and Kevin. And they go, oh. And they go, well, where's Chris? I go, well, you know, he passed away 12 years ago. And they go, oh. And then they go, well, what do you do? And I go, well, I write and I'm kind of get up. I do some, I'm actor. And they go, oh, come on, let's go. I'm like, sorry. I don't really. I've actually had that experience. People go, where's your brother? I go, well, he passed away. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I liked your brother. He was funny. I know he was. But I mean, some people, you can't help it. Well, some people, they just, But that's the way they react sometimes. I've had some people say that. Sure. But most people are really nice because Chris was well loved, right? He was well loved. Yeah. Most folks are very nice.
Weren't you offered something by the celebrity rehab people?
I'm not going to get into that. No, that's not nice.
That's what you told me.
Yeah, I know, but that was my crazy brother's suggestion. No, I'm not even going to get into it. Going to celebrity rehab, for God's sakes. Me, I don't need it. What, do I?
No, but you said you were going to... You said clear it up. Now you're going to... Okay, whatever.
I'm not going to do that.
What, clear it up?
No.
Confusion? Oh, okay.
No.
It's a little confusion.
It's a little confusion. Let's just move on.
All right, should we do the guest piece?
Let's do the guest piece.
The desk.
You can take a caller. You can take a caller on Skype.
Oh, we're going to take a caller.
Hello.
See, no, not even there. See the TV. Just look there. Ask
Oh, we're going to take a caller, man. You want to talk to this guy?
Hello.
Ask them if they have a question.
Wait, you have a question for Kev Farley and me?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Nothing. Where are you?
Oh my God, you look scary.
I'm doing pretty good. Oh, thank you.
Wait.
He's in the dark.
Wait,
Look
is
at
he
him.
going to ask you a question?
I thought so.
Yeah, or you can ask him a question, Norm. Ask him where he is.
Oh, yeah. Where are you?
I'm at my house.
Where's your house? Where's his house?
Oh, where's your house?
It's in the beach.
It's in the beach.
Is he running from the law?
Are you running from the law?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
You can
I
ask
guess
him to be more
not.
specific, or you can hang up on him.
Can you be...
He hung it.
Here's another guy.
There we go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
You got some sunglasses on?
He looks, wow.
What?
You got lipstick on there, pal. He's got lipstick on.
Yeah. You can't hear what he's saying, though.
There he is. Who's this fella? Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, this is our kind of guy.
This guy's cool. He's like, got a toothpick in his mouth.
Yeah, you can't make hide your hair what he's saying.
No. You can't make hide nor hair. I've never heard you say the word hide nor hair.
Oh.
You can't make hide nor hair.
Yeah.
Is that because you saw the toothpick in the guy's mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't make him out of
I
it.
have a toothpick.
Oh, that's cool,
Yes,
man.
you do.
That reminds me of a story.
Would you like a toothpick?
When he said, I have a toothpick, it reminds me of a story. You want to hear a story?
Would you like a toothpick?
And then after we tell, I have to hang up on this guy. He keeps saying, do you want a toothpick? No, people have to learn to be punished for saying, I have a toothpick.
I agree with you. You got to run the show.
Into a computer.
That's right.
Can you imagine the guys at home? I have a toothpick.
Sitting in his computer going, I have a toothpick.
Anyway.
What's your story?
Let's hear your story.
Where's the toothpick guy from?
Where was he from? Nobody cares. What? No, he's just a flickering image. It's like a ghost.
It's not even real.
It's like ghosts in here. But I forgot the story. My choice for vice president is a proven winner, a leading defender of the African American community. His rise from humble beginnings is the American dream personified.
He's an outspoken man, a thoughtful man. He's a leading rebounder in the NBA. His name's Dennis Rodman. Right, Dennis, come on out here, Dennis.
Jim Miklaszewski's from NBC News. I'm not a sports reporter, but to my knowledge, Mr. Rodman has never evinced any political desires whatsoever. Why have you asked him to join the Republican ticket?
You know, I'm running for vice president. And if you don't like it, well, you can just kiss my ass. Right, Bob?
Yeah, that's right, kiss it.
Yeah. You know, I'm running for vice president. And if you don't like it, well, you can just kiss my ass. Right, Bob?
Yeah, that's right, kiss it.
Yeah.
In his controversial new book, Bad as I Want to Be, Chicago Bulls forward Dennis Rodman says that the NBA is, quote, 50% sex. Jeez, man, I got to stop leaving at halftime. And my good friend Dennis Rodman. You're not wearing any clothes. You're completely naked.
Yeah? What's your point, Norm?
Well, it's customary for guests on Weekend Update, you know, to wear clothes.
Well, because I'm nude, does it bother you?
Well, that's not the issue here, you know.
Does my nudity frighten you?
No, it doesn't frighten me, but if you plan to be here next fall doing book reviews, I expect to see a major attitude adjustment. You know, and while you're at it, a more conventional hairstyle and some clothes, for God's sakes. You're going to have to learn that there is such a thing as rules, Dennis Rodman. Rules. Do you understand that?
Sure. I understand.
Well, good.
That's the way it is. Good night and have a good weekend.
You were talking about going to the last segment. I understand you actually had to visit yourself.
Yeah,
the hospital.
I went, what happened was on the show, on the Saturday Night Live show.
Yeah, that show. Yeah, I know that show.
I was on that, and Dennis Rodman was a guest.
Dennis Rodman, right.
And so we thought it'd be funny if he headbutted me, you know? Mm-hmm. So he headbutted me, but he did it really hard, you know?
Do we have a, I think actually someone supplied the clip. This is, you're not... Yeah,
that really...
You hear that... You hear that dull thud of like skull on skull.
Yeah,
it really...
Yeah, and I don't have like a strong head. I haven't been working it out lately.
Really?
But he has like an athlete's head, you know? But no, beforehand he said, like, I said, hey, don't hit me with your head, or no, you know, don't really hit me. And he goes, no, Al. He goes, he had this thing where he was going to put his thumbs, and as soon as he touched my thumbs, I go back. And then he got all excited and headbutted me. So, like...
So did you feel him, like, pull the thumbs back, and then real head was coming at you?
And so I, like, blacked out for, like, a minute. And then the next day, I had this huge headache, so I thought I was going to die, you know? And so I went to the hospital. I went to I don't want to say the hospital, but I went to this hospital and to emergency, you know, and they're all like, they're the craziest guys in emergency, all like crack. Everybody's on crack. You know? Every emergency is a guy on crack.
Yeah.
So I went in and they go like, hey, how much crack do you have, you know? And I go, I'm not on crack. And they go, what happened? I go, Dennis Rodman headbutted me. On the TV. He headbutted me on the TV. So they go, yeah. Right.
How much crack,
Yeah.
So what happened? Anything wrong?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They said, like, you can't tell. They said, like, the only way you can tell is if later on, if you go to sleep and you don't wake up. Yeah.
That's why you didn't mention the name of the hospital.
Yeah, I don't want to mention it. I didn't know this, too. If you go to emergency, you got to pay. They keep sending me bills, like all kinds of bills.
You thought it was free, that you could just go there and...
Yeah. I'm from Canada. It's all free there.
Oh, okay.
What about last night Dennis Rodman got a narrow. Do you watch Celebrity Apprentice anymore?
Yeah, yeah. I haven't watched much this season, but I know did he go back to North
your old
Korea?
pal,
Did he bring LaToya Jackson over to North Korea?
It is weird that he's both on the Celebrity Apprentice and dealing with nuclear genocide.
Yeah, negotiating world peace and harmony, and trying to. It's funny how it all really the rhetoric and the vitriol out of North Korea all started immediately after Dennis Rodman's visit too.
I guess you're right.
He went over there to patch everything up, and the next day it's like America is a boiled pumpkin waiting to be exploded. So, if anybody could solve the crisis in the world, crises in the world, I think Rodman could. He was a fun guy.
Don't you find it funny with the news, Tom, that all of a sudden you read on the front of Yahoo, North Korea is starting a war with us?
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
They're instigating it.
Yeah.
They're actually saying.
And then you just hit another button.
Yeah. Yeah, they're starting it. They're just going to start it.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah,
really?
they're saying they're going to start it.
Are they going to get us?
You did that. You're at the Tonight Show. You bring the band up. How was the Tonight? Can you tell us what the Tonight Show? What happened to the Tonight Show tonight? What's the new studio like?
Oh, you haven't been there?
No.
Oh, it's in Universal City, and it's much more like cartoony kind of vibe going on than Jay's was, you know. Kind of same way as his old show was.
Yeah. Cool.
It was fun.
Cool. Well, we have
what? Hunter S. Thompson can't wait any longer.
No, we don't have to talk to Hunter S. Thompson.
No, we can hear him. What's the matter?
Hunter S. Thompson, do you have a question for Norm?
Yeah, I do actually. I know he spent years on SNL and whatnot, but my question actually revolved around if he had seen the video with Lady Gaga's cock.
Yeah.
Whose cock?
Lady Gaga's, I think he said. Could be a prank.
I don't
not
know,
sure,
man.
Is there an actual video with that? No.
The problem is I've seen so many cock videos that they all blur together after a while. I don't fucking remember names.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's really, it is a blur for you, really? Why would you see so many of these?
Cock videos?
Yeah.
I like to see how the other world lives, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm a feminist. I like ladies. I'm like, what are ladies into? Cock? I'm like, I wonder why. I look at them.
Yeah. Just sort of studying up on...
Yeah, what they like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they like.
That makes sense.
Other guys' cocks.
Hey, you're on the air with Norm Macdonald.
And his cock.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Norm Macdonald walks in here, and I know you guys had a hell of a time getting into the station this morning because traffic was all screwed up, or?
Yeah, it was. No, I think it was just our driver, Steve.
Well, you got a buddy. You have a buddy with you here too.
Yeah. We should explain.
Yeah.
It's stand-up comic Steve Fromstein.
Yeah. Stevie Ray Fromstein.
Or Stevie Ray.
Oh, Stevie
Fromstein.
Ray. That's it.
And he drove you in here today.
Yeah.
No, I was
lost.
in the back seat. It wasn't my fault.
So you guys, we're running a little late, but what the hell? We're happy to have you in here. You guys are playing at the San Jose Improv, and tonight, tomorrow, and I believe Saturday. You guys playing Sunday as well?
Sunday too, yeah.
Holy cow, they got you working pretty hard
Man,
over
a little
there.
overtime.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I saw you in a movie, and I'm talking to of course, my fellow Canadian.
That's right, Norm.
And we got a room full of Canadians
Norm
in here.
Macdonald.
Steve's from Canada. From Canada.
From Canada.
Oh, that sounds like President Bush. Steve's from Canada too.
And you were in Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah.
You were the drunk friend in Billy Madison.
That's right. No, that was Sandler got me to do the movie, and then he said, "You got to play drunk, right?" So I was like, "This is gonna be really hard because I didn't want to sound like Foster Brooks or
yeah.
Otis, like from." So I was like, "It's gonna sound fake." Like I go, "Why don't I just get drunk?" So I was drunk. I was so drunk, I don't remember any of it. I was drinking beer the entire time. I passed out a couple of times.
Hey, but you had a good time.
Oh, yeah. I think. I was told I did.
Now, we were talking a bit off the air. You guys are from Canada. And I was mentioning when I first moved here, I was here for 6 months, and I said, you know what? No snow here. It's around Christmas. I'm golfing. I am not going back.
Yeah, Steve was a lot like that. Remember when you went?
Yeah, I mean, when I first came? I mean,
Yeah.
Canada's a great country. They should just move it further south.
That's all they need to do.
You don't miss the snow at all?
No. And you know what's odd about Canada is they're very anti-American.
Really?
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'm from? No, not really.
Well, you're more from the West. The
Yeah.
West
Yeah.
is more.
But over on the east side?
They
Yeah.
don't like America for some reason that I've never quite understood.
Yeah.
But once you get here, you know.
You're just
Yeah,
like,
you get here
damn.
and you know, you go to New York, you pay $1,000 an hour for a hooker. It's good stuff.
How do you spend that much?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that was $5,000, right?
Yeah, well, he spent $4,300. I
Yeah.
guess he got a discount on the deal.
$4,300
Yeah.
for an hour. See, I thought that was like a myth that they had those high-priced call girls. I never thought that was real, but I don't know what the girl.
After 5 hookers, you could have gotten yourself a great car and
Yeah.
get free women.
Well, we were wondering if they prorate it and just give you a rate for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
for 6 minutes.
$100 for 6 minutes. Yeah. How much can I get for this much?
I have a feeling they might be adding that to the show tonight.
Yeah.
But I think it's bad they keep talking about whores and all this. And
Yeah, yeah.
As if they're not people. Like, how do you feel if you're home at TV watching the news and you're a whore? Doesn't make you feel good, you know?
Just kind of a whack at your self-esteem.
My mother was a whore, and I really resent.
There we go. All right, now we're
I
rolling.
resent that kind of. No, she
Yeah, but she was a high-class whore.
She wasn't a whore.
Well, now you're offended because someone else said it.
Yeah,
Hold
no,
on,
no, hey, that's my mother. It's okay for me to say it.
Now, where are you from in Canada?
Toronto.
Oh, I know your mother.
She was the town whore.
See, now he's starting to get pissed.
It wasn't $5,000.
If it was, you wouldn't be here.
I would have been more. I would have inherited some money.
She was a too loony whore.
Loony. That's right, the loony was
Now,
the
what the hell is
Canadian
that?
dollar.
Now you guys are talking Canadian
The
to me. here.
That's the Canadian dollar, the loony. It's a coin.
Too loony
Loony whore.
That's hysterical.
That could
For
be
all
a-
you Canadians in San Jose and San Jose.
Too loony whore.
Oh my God!
So now, when you're doing movies with Sandler, does he just make you do goofy stuff for no reason at all?
Yeah, he does tend to do that actually.
Because we've talked to other people who've done movies and
Yeah.
said, are you kidding? I have to do this? Or
I haven't. Yeah, he hasn't made me do like insane stuff. Sometimes he'll make a guy like dress up like a girl or something like that.
yeah, who did he do that to? We had somebody, I forget who we had in here.
He
We
had
had-
Clint Howard do that. Ron Howard's brother. He has Alan Covert do that all the time. All he had made me do is wear. I had to wear a big hamburger on my head.
All right. Norm Macdonald and Little Stevie in the studio, San Jose
Little
Improv.
Stevie, I like that.
Little Stevie?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, we will be back with more from them right after this. You know, Paul, we got two special guests in the studio right now.
And Norm Macdonald's going to be at the San Jose Improv through Sunday night, and Stevie Ray is with him. Now, Stevie Ray, are you going to be opening for Norm? Or?
Yeah, we're almost doing a tour in a way.
Well, you know what? I'm going to contest this right now. I'm
What?
kind of a little pissed because you
What?
come in
What?
here, and I'm looking at the San Jose Improv site. Norm hasn't even got you listed on the page. It just says Norm Macdonald special event.
Yeah, sometimes it
You
says.
can't even give him a billing?
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Well, apparently I don't draw in as many people because I'm not known.
But you could at least put your name there as opposed to.
In Vegas, they said, and Steve.
That's a little better.
As
Hey,
if
my
it sounded
name-
like I was a ventriloquist.
I thought, hey, my name's going to be famous. Steve. You've probably heard of me, Steve.
Yeah. The famous Steve. Now,
I've heard that name.
Norm, when you're doing the news bits on Saturday Night Live, with the story that we were talking about this morning, did you hear the story about the woman who spent 2 years on the toilet seat?
No.
It was in Kansas. True story.
Yeah.
2 years.
Woman in Kansas apparently was stuck to her boyfriend's toilet seat for 2 years. He just called rescue authorities on February 27th. She grew into the seat.
Oh, my
They had to
Lord.
take the seat off and then surgically remove it at the hospital. And I was thinking that would be the kind of story you would do on Saturday Night Live.
Wow. Yeah, it would be. That's unbelievable. That's like those guys that they got a cart out of the beds. you know?
Yeah. Walter Hudson.
Walter Hudson.
There you go. Never
Remember
forget
his
that
name.
one. But I was saying, at what
a
point?
bathroom,
At what point do you say your girlfriend's sitting there for a year and a half? Go, I'm giving you another 6 months before I'm calling.
Well,
Something's-
women take so long in the bathroom.
She wasn't finished with the crossword puzzle yet.
We're going to be late.
2 years later. Okay, you've hit your limit.
All right, that's it. I'm calling for help.
But now he said he told authorities that he would ask her almost daily about coming out of the bathroom. This is true. I'm reading the story right. Her reply would be maybe tomorrow. And according to him, she didn't want to leave the bathroom. And when authorities got there, she did not want them to take her out. She said, "No, I'm okay. I'll be all right."
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What was home to her? I guess she must have eaten in there and so on.
Oh, yeah, he brought her
And so
food.
on.
He brought her food and water, and so on.
That's what I said, too. They were dating for 2 years.
Oh, really?
Were they getting it on in there?
Right.
Oh.
Doesn't sound romantic. Of course, we don't know. Maybe it was a nice bathroom. But you don't picture it being a nice bathroom somehow. But that's
No
Maybe-
sex like toilet seat sex, I guess.
Maybe it was like Frank Sinatra. Was that the rumor on Frank?
Yeah,
With the
what?
glass table?
Oh,
No,
yeah. Danny Thomas.
Danny
Thomas!
Thomas! There it is, yes, Danny Thomas.
Maybe they had a glass table in that bathroom.
I told Jim Carrey that story about Danny Thomas.
Yeah.
He'd never heard it.
Yeah.
And he goes, no. He goes, that can't be true. I go, that's what I heard. He goes, that's the kind of guilt that makes you build hospitals.
Now, are you both of you guys married? You're married guys?
No,
You're-
no.
Huh? No, not together.
I'm still laughing at the Jim Carrey.
We're just touring.
Oh, you're touring.
touring.
No, I don't insinuate they're married to each other. You guys, you have wives? What's your deal?
Steve just got a girlfriend.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did?
I have a girlfriend. Yeah, it's a new thing. I'm trying it out.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, it's the same person. Every time. That's the bad part. Wait, did we do this already?
You have, tell me a bit about, you guys have dogs
Steve's
at all?
oh, yeah. I have a wiener dog. Steve has 2 Labradoodles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the crossbreed there.
Yeah, they're very cute. The trouble is, you've got to protect them. They don't give you any protection. If we got into a fight, I'd have to, hey, stay away from my Labradoodle.
Because I'll tell you what, Paul, let's give them the number for Purina One.
Oh, yeah.
Right
I
now.
mean, you got to make sure your dogs are eating Purina One.
Let me get a pen.
You got a pen?
Yes.
Purina One Natural Blend.
It's toll free, so it's not going to cost you anything. 888-290-BARK.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell my dog.
290-BARK.
Well, here's the deal. Purina One Natural Blends, made with real white meat chicken or lamb, brown rice or oatmeal and spinach. I mean, this is some healthy stuff.
Yeah, I'd eat that.
Yeah, there you go. This is the kind of stuff you want to eat healthier. Your dogs want to eat healthier.
You put your dog on Purina One, your dog's going to be eating healthier than you are.
Yeah.
Really? Maybe I'll get it from my grandmother.
888-290-BARK is the number. 888-290-BARK for a coupon for a free 6.5-pound bag of Purina One Natural Blends. Don't wait. Call today, 888-290-BARK, or go online to PurinaOneChallenge.com.
You know, one thing maybe you didn't know, the ingredients in Purina One Natural Blends are carefully selected for their natural and nutrient content, and then it's steam cooked at the start, which is an optimal time and temperature to help maintain the vitamins, minerals, and flavor of Purina One Natural
Sounds
Blends.
good, huh? Yeah. Pick it up at your local PetSmart. Does your grandmother live near a PetSmart?
My dogs will only eat steam cooked.
There you go, natural blend. Purina One Natural Blends. Hey, now you're down at, you live down in L.A.? You live down in L.A., guys?
Yeah.
Both of you guys? Steve, you live down in L.A.?
Yep.
You guys ever see Britney Spears down there at all?
I think you saw her, didn't you?
No, what?
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you told me you saw her.
No, on the TV.
On the TV. You sound like a couple of guys in a park bench somewhere. You saw her. No, I saw her on the TV.
Jeez.
Well, since I never saw her, I don't know what to say.
Oh, I thought you saw her at Hyde.
No, that was you were talking
There's
about.
a club. There's a club called Hyde where that's where all the people, you know, when you see on TMZ,
right?
Yeah,
they're always going to Hyde, which is right beside the Laugh Factory, which is where I go to do stand-up. So there's always press out. You know, there's always those TMZ guys out.
Right.
And I thought you were with me when Brittany came in. Yeah.
Maybe
her car was there, and it was just crammed. But that's all I saw, just her in her car.
So you didn't see if she was wearing panties or anything like that?
No, but I tell you, I saw that shot of her.
Yeah.
Where she was like going into the back seat.
Mhm.
Looked fine to me.
Yeah, like what is the?
I don't know why that was so disgusting.
I think we should be more grateful than anything. Not be upset.
Well, guys, you're playing at the San Jose Improv. Tickets are available, theimprov.com.
Tonight through Sunday.
And
we will be wearing underpants.
God, I hope so. All right. Tickets available at improv.com, and just click on San Jose and get your tickets there. Thanks for coming on by today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
I wish you would have been here
Absolutely.
earlier. You could have sat here for the whole hour.
Now you tell us.
Next time you're in town.
Next time.
The whole hour.
Yeah,
Well, that's what he said
man.
last time.
Absolutely.
We'll
Last
know how
time,
to find it next time.
last time we invited Norm here, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll be here like at 8."
I'm at the mercy of the driver.
I wasn't driving.
Steve the driver.
Points at me. On the radio, he points at me.
Steve is multi-talented.
Last week we had a juggler in here.
Yes. On the radio. Yes, we did.
Yeah, that went over well.
He was the handsomest man in the world.
Who's this?
Paul Newman.
Oh, wasn't he though?
Just throwing that in as an aside. I keep a picture of Paul Newman in my living room.
Oh.
That was signed to me. And he wrote, "To the judge, if only you were the judge on my DUI."
You do a lot of work for charity, Norman, in the sense that you'll go on TV shows for charity. You did, didn't you do Celebrity Millionaire or something like that?
Yeah.
And how did you do on that? Did you win money?
Yeah.
You
no,
did.
I did. The celebrity, the charities did.
You're not the celebrity?
The charities did.
But you were the celebrity on Millionaire.
Yeah. Do you remember leukemia?
Yeah.
My money that pushed it over doesn't exist anymore.
You got rid of it.
I got rid of it.
No, you went on Millionaire with Regis, right?
Yeah.
And Regis asked you questions.
Yeah.
And then you answered up to, do I have this right? $500,000 worth of questions. Wow.
Yeah, he won $500,000.
Brainiac.
Good for you.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you're pretty smart. 500,000 to get up to. That's pretty good.
Norm's a smart motherfucker.
But I'm not anywhere close to Brainiac.
Well, Brainiac, of course, was invented on Krypton. He's a supercomputer. But
Yeah.
I don't say literally. You're
I
Brainiac,
was saying, you're comparing me. That's high praise. Because
Well.
Brainiac, you could tell even from his head how smart he was.
And he had tubes coming out of his head.
I know, man.
Norm picked Paul Newman's charity because Norm wanted to meet Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
And
So
then-
you gave to his salad dressing
Yeah.
empire kind
And
of thing?
also, it is a great
The hole in the
cause.
wall
The hole in the
kids
wall
or
game.
How long ago was this? A couple of years ago?
Yeah.
So Paul Newman was
26 years ago.
So did Paul Newman call you personally and say to you, "Hey"?
No, he wrote a letter.
Did he?
Yeah.
Look at you, $500,000
Yeah.
contribution.
Yeah, and I could have gone to meet him, but then I was too afraid.
What do you mean you were afraid?
Well, you know, when like it seems like a good idea, but then when it comes down to it, it's just you and Paul Newman.
Yeah, you don't know what
in
to
a
say.
room. Yeah, and then you got no stories. Like, what am I gonna say? Hey man, one time Will Ferrell was.
Rob Schneider and
Yeah.
Football Williams. I'm sure
Rob
you'd love
Schneider.
that.
You know him at all? Do you know anyone that I'm talking about?
Are you?
Do you know any entertainers I know?
That was a great story about you and Redford.
Yeah.
Listen, me and Artie Lang.
In other words.
So that was Robert Shaw, huh? Hey, fucking Bud Friedman's backstage with me. This guy's a character.
What
Huh?
you're saying is Paul Newman wrote you a letter and said, "Why don't you come out to my Paul Newman ranch?
Yeah.
And hang out with me."
Yeah.
So I
But
can
plus,
get to know
I
you.
kind of got the assumption that it would not be just me and Paul Newman. I suddenly had a fucking vision that it might be me, Paul Newman, and very sick children.
Oh, God.
So then it didn't become as appealing.
Well, you know what? Gary actually went to Paul Newman's house. Papa Booey went to Paul
did?
Newman's. Yes. He was there for some charity event.
Oh, not to
I think
harass him.
it was a political thing.
A political thing. And Gary was in the barn. Paul Newman has a barn on his property.
Yeah.
And if he wants to meet with you, he meets with you in the barn where he has all his memorabilia from his, well, now he's dead, but he had all his memorabilia in the barn.
Gary, go to
So
the barn.
You walk around and it's almost like a Paul Newman museum. You see
Yeah.
pictures, you see trophies, you see Academy Award, whatever. And then Paul Newman appears at the barn and he speaks with you. And then he leaves, and that would have been it. I'm sure he wouldn't.
Oh, that would have been it. Oh, that's his shtick he does. It's
I
his
think it's a
meet
shtick.
and greet.
It's
It's
a meet
like
and greet.
it's like Artie backstage at an Indian casino. I was going to be Martin Short's friend for a while. We were in negotiations.
Yeah, how'd that break down?
I don't know. I met him. He was fucking funny, and he made me laugh, and he was laughing at me and shit. So I said, "Hey, we should be friends and stuff." And he said, "Yeah, well, let's be friends." You go to a cottage, and I was like, "Ah, fuck! I'd have to go to a cottage, you know." And then so it
Talked you out of it.
never caught on because the cottage was in my head and shit.
What do you
but
mean
still,
the
I would have
cottage?
liked, that guy would be cool to
I
fucking
know.
hang out
But
with.
what do you
I
mean
met him.
that
He's
would be a good
hilarious.
But
friend
then
for you?
going to a cottage, you understand?
I don't want to go to a cottage.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem
All of
with
a
you.
sudden, you're going on a cottage on a plane.
But that's
You go,
the problem.
Maybe I
Norm,
should have done this.
Norm,
What?
that's the problem
What's
with you.
that?
So if someone suggests something right away, it's not
Too guarded. I know what you're
it's
saying.
not too. It's not cool enough for you. Where would
They're
you
not
go
cool
with Martin
enough.
Short?
I think
Martin Short says, "Let's go to a cottage
No, I'm
and
not
hang
saying
out."
that. I'm
Yeah.
saying like I think you're right when I said I'm too guarded. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
don't
willing
wanna
to
be-
do things.
You don't want to be trapped in a cottage with Martin Short. The
No, I would
idea,
lo- no, I'd love
the
that
idea
part.
of being friends with Martin Short is fun. The idea of being in a cottage with Martin Short and then having the pressure to talk and to
Yeah.
interact with one another.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm the
Yeah.
same way.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work out for you,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't work out for me either.
But you go on that vacation.
But maybe in
with,
another lifetime.
Yeah.
Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite movie of all time. And The Hustler. Is
Right.
Obviously, Paul Newman is my favorite actor. So I almost forgot
Yeah.
Paul Newman. Yeah, Paul Newman is my favorite actor.
Yeah.
He's the coolest guy to me. He had the coolest life.
Right.
Like when he was 50, he didn't drive race cars till he was 50,
Mm.
and then he became like a top-rated amateur.
Oh, he
race car
won
driver.
races.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
And he left Hollywood.
Incredible, and he left Hollywood.
He's just like
And
I'm done.
He was, even though he was super handsome, he was, he just had his wife, Joanne Woodward.
Yeah.
And he was, by all accounts, monogamous and lived a private life. And then he did all this amazing. Newman's Own, all this amazing charity
Yeah.
work for sick kids, and so
Yeah.
so he has a life that
Butch Cassidy's up there.
yeah,
It's one of
Butch
the top
Cassidy,
movies of all
the
time.
Verdict, like you think of all
Yeah.
the movies he's done that are classics,
Right.
Yeah, Butch Cassidy, I loved. Who are those guys? Where he kept saying that.
Yeah, yeah,
They're being followed.
Where they're up in the
Who are
mountains.
those
Who are these guys?
get on my nerves. Who are those guys?
Yeah, that had a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a funny. You know, even when he got older, there was a movie called Nobody's Fool where he played like a kind of an old guy that was like he could get girls, you know, and he drank. And he wasn't a good father, you know. He was like one of those guys that everybody knows, you know, in real life. You know, everybody knows a guy that's like 55 and still goes to bars and
Yeah.
you know, and drinks and gets laid and doesn't grow up.
Yeah.
And so that was also a great movie. He's just had a, and I like that he and The Sting. I mean, there's so many movies.
Sting. And talk about a guy who picks good projects.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 60% of having a career like that.
Yeah.
Good to see you, my friend.
You too, pal. Yeah, how the fuck do you get $4 million? Where's that going? How the fuck do you get that?
You got to blow a lot of dudes. No, here's how you get it. You sell a whole bunch of your other cars that you bought over the course of the last decade.
Right.
So that you can raise the money for the one car. So it's like sell 5 or 6 cars to raise some of the money for the one car.
So is this like, you love this car?
I did a documentary about Paul Newman racing, and this is the car he drove at Le Mans. So, which is a big deal.
Did you meet Paul Newman?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, sad, right?
He invited me to, because I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
And that was my charity, right? And so I won $500,000. And
Hole in the Wall gang?
Hole in the Wall gang.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell them. So they just got a check for
$500,000.
$500,000.
Should have got $1 million.
So then, yeah.
I want to get into that.
So then, they keep sending me they want more money. Like they think
it's like an alumni association.
They think I'm a guy with $500,000 every fucking year. So I'm like, no, I don't have $500,000.
Yeah, this Norm Macdonald, he must be some sort of shipping magnate or something.
Exactly.
I've never heard of him, but he evidently has very deep pockets and loves homeless children, so we should just keep hitting him up for money.
That's exactly it. He was going to meet me, so he's my hero, kind of. I love that.
Newman's your hero?
Well, I love all his movies, and I love how he's conducted his life.
Oh, boy, do I have a documentary for you.
Really?
Yeah.
The one you made?
Yeah, it's all about his racing life.
Oh, that's awesome, because, I love that, I don't know how old he was, but he was 40 or something. You know, he was, when he started racing.
Yeah, late 40s.
Became one of the best
4-time
amateur
national
drivers.
champion.
Amazing.
I got 2 of his championship cars 100 feet from here.
And he's by all evidence, he was monogamous with Joanne Woodward. You know, he wasn't a player when he was the most handsome guy ever. You know what I mean?
You know what's weird? I just thought about, Norm. I think you might appreciate this conceptually. We appreciate 2 dudes. We appreciate the guy who's been faithful to his wife for 47 years and never looked the other way with all the trappings of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And we then thus also worship at the altar of the guy who fucked everything that wasn't nailed down. Like, boy, that guy was serious cocksman. I mean, boy, he fucked everyone. We don't, but when someone goes, he fucked like 8 chicks over the course of 40 years, we go, I don't know about him.
Well, you know, it's like if a guy,
it's feast or famine in the fucking department.
It's like if a
one
guy,
chick or 180.
If a guy gets divorced twice, he's kind of a loser. But if he gets divorced 9 times, he's a character.
Oh,
you know?
Ladies' man. Yeah, hide the daughters when he comes into town.
This I heard Larry King say to a guy once. The guy had lost his child. Oh, no. And Larry King goes, Paul Newman told me, you never get over it. It's like some unfeeling psychotic. Now, I've done stuff on television before where I've experimented with joke structures, and I did that on Weekend Update, and I did that other places on television.
Mm-hmm.
But that was for my own consideration, because oftentimes, you know, I would be getting like $500 for the appearance, let's say on a talk show or something. So I go, well, let me try something here, because I know I'll be just as good as the girl talking about her third swimming pool.
Yeah, or the Melrose Place. The moth joke is a good example of that, Norm, because if like you go into, you tell a really beautiful version of the moth joke, and so you do tell the moth joke in the book. You told it on the Tonight Show with Conan back when he was doing the Tonight Show. It was it's a long kind of joke, and just a few months ago, maybe about a year ago, it kind of got revived online, and people were putting it up online, calling it the best telling of a joke ever on television. But Norm, that seemed to me like you were experimenting there. You were trying to experiment with, you knew the punchline and you knew the beginning of it, and you knew it was a pretty straightforward street joke, but you wanted to experiment with how to get from one point to another.
Yeah, it was both an experiment and it was an experiment born of necessity, because Conan told me I had to do a second spot, which he'll sometimes do. But I said, I don't have anything else to say. I have nothing left to tell you. And so then I thought of this joke that Colin Quinn had told me, this street joke.
A moth goes into a podiatrist's office, and the podiatrist's office says, "What's the problem?" And the moth says, "What's the problem? Where do I begin, man?" He goes, "I go to work for..."
That was just a two-line joke. It was just a one-liner times two. So then I thought, well, how can I do I started thinking during the commercial, is it possible to do a one-liner for an entire 6-minute segment? So I thought, if I can put in between this very a little boy's joke, just a set of horrifying facts laid end to end, then it could make the sweetness way funnier at the end, because they'll have completely forgotten where I was. And so it ended up working by fluke, like often things will when you're experimenting.
He says, "Doc, sometimes I feel like a spider, even though I'm a moth, just barely hanging on to my web with an everlasting fire underneath me. I'm not feeling good." And so the doctor says, "Moth, man, you're troubled. But you should be seeing a psychiatrist. Why on earth did you come here?" And then the moth said, "Because the light was on."
And then what happens with the computer is that people put things on the computer and they live forever. And you were talking about the Melrose Place thing, which I did with Courtney Thorne-Smith, where I was just
Yeah, just for context, if you're listening to this, this is a kind of a legendary late night moment where Courtney Thorne-Smith is the second guest on Conan after Norm. She's in a new movie with Carrot Top called Chairman of the Board. I hope you don't mind me laying that joke for you. So she's in a new show, and Norm calls it box office poison. And then
it just went on.
And Conan says, "No, she's in the show." And then Courtney Thorne-Smith says, "Yeah, I'm in the show." And Norm says, "Well, no, I'm sure you're a very good talk show guest." And then she says, "No, the movie's called Chairman of the Board." And Conan says, "Let's see you do something with that." And you say,
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
Yeah.
And what was funny about that was before computers. So then you would just say something, and it would just go out into the ether, and people would go, "Remember that thing?" And the other guy would go, "No." And they go, "Well, I don't either." But nowadays, it exists forever, and I don't even know if I would do that joke now. But anyways, now I'll go on talk shows, and I'll go on first, and then they'll always go, like, the next guy to come, just say anything you want, And then they'll warn the second guest. They'll go, "Norm might attack you at any moment," but that's not what I do. So, like, sometimes you'll see a guest will come out and then, like, peremptorily attack me for no reason at all. So I just don't say anything.
Unnecessarily hostile to you.
Yeah, I don't. If that ever happens, I never say anything. So it just seems sort of odd to the audience that Thomas Hayden Church is like attacking me out of the blue.
Virginia, police are looking for a stripper who stabbed a man for telling her she was too fat to strip. Police warn that the woman is armed and extremely fat. Under a new ordinance, exotic, nude, and topless dancing will be banned in any establishment selling alcoholic beverages in the city of New Iberia, Louisiana, or as I now refer to it, the most horrible place on earth. Exotic dancers say a city ordinance requiring them to keep 4 feet away from their customers will put them out of business in Shoreline, Washington, or as I now refer to it, Nazi Germany. Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there. I was talking to Jerry Jones, you know, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know, and he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack.
I met you first. You'll never remember this because I was just hanging out. Where did we meet?
Crazy Girls.
Crazy Girls. Talk about truth in advertising in that fucking thing.
How are you so funny?
Crazy Girls. Half price of Crazy Girls. That's my favorite strip club. Crazy Girls. And you know what I like about it? I'll tell you what I like about it. That title, Crazy Girls. You want to talk about truth in advertising. Got it right there. Why did you say to her? Does she work at Crazy Girls?
No, she works at the library.
No, I used to work at one of those clubs.
Oh, you used to work at a strip club?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And were you an exotic dancer?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. What's your name?
Lauren Thompson.
No, I'm just...
Lauren Thompson.
Lauren Thompson?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean your real name. Lauren Thompson, yeah, sure. No, it's very interesting. How long did you do that?
About 4 years.
For 4 years?
Yeah.
Wow. And would you say that any girl should follow that course?
Not really, no.
In their 20s.
In their
Yeah,
20s?
they're in their 20s.
Yeah. And then they spend their 30s in rehab? Is that how
Real estate.
In real estate?
Yeah. We're from here.
No, that's fantastic. If you can use it to your advantage and not get hooked on drugs, obviously, right?
Well,
There's an enormous amount of drugs in the exotic dancing community, isn't there?
yeah.
At least when I did it. Why are you answering all her questions? The fuck? Are you a pimp or something? God damn. Why can't you just let Lauren... What do you do now, Lauren?
I'm self-employed.
Oh, wow, that's great.
I do design, freelance design.
Oh, that's fantastic. How old were you when you started in exotic dancing?
I was 21.
And what are you now? You're under 30.
I am 37.
You're 37?
Yeah.
Wow, you're wonderful looking girl.
And it's her birthday. She's 39 today.
She's 39 today? This is your 39th birthday?
Yeah, I came to see you.
Oh, for your 39th birthday? Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. What's your name?
I'm her sister, Jill.
Oh, you're her sister?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Jill.
That's awesome. What do you do, Jill?
I'd rather not say. I work in mental health.
Oh, you work in mental health.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great thing. I don't know why you wouldn't want to say that.
She's professional, like.
She's what?
She's trying to be professional.
Like I'm like the FBI.
She's trying to be a professional. FBI? I used to work at the FBI. I was a female body inspector. No, I worked for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I'd like to talk to you after the show about you.
I love that.
Lay down on top of
Mentally.
me for a few
Would
minutes.
you love that? What's that?
I said you could lay down on top of me for a few minutes.
I can lay down on top of her for I can see what your self-employment is now. She was an exotic dancer. Now she whores out her sister to traveling, shadowy stand-up comedian.
No, you're the love of her life.
I'm the love of your life?
Her life.
I'm the love of her life. And yet you came to see me on your 39th birthday.
We both think you're awesome, that's all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Have you ever had a threesome? You've been asked but never done it? I mean, I don't want to tell that. Last night I had the craziest, hottest fucking threesome. And also, you know, you think when you have a threesome that everybody is so, you know, evil and gross. Two of the nicest fellas I ever found. I mean, gentlemen. They were gentlemen. They really were. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for coming out. God bless you. I love you. Take care.
On October 27, 1990, the show spoofed the Chippendales in a dance-off sketch featuring Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze.